Basically, some plans surfaced like on the internet, courtesy of our boys, the Drunk Riders,
Big up.
that may or may not be real. It hasn't been 100% confirmed yet. It's looking like, well,
The glamorous assistant.
I'm kind of on the fence as to whether or not they are real. I really hope they are, because
I mean,
for reasons that we'll get into. But
that's a lot of effort for them to go to if it's not real, though. Look at the
right, and I mean, like there's a date of drawing on there being a date in October of last year. So like if it is real, then it was drawn up really recently, and what we can I suppose the tentative conclusion that we can come to is that Knott's Berry Farm is at the very least considering, you know, a Giga coaster for their park. And if it is real, I suppose I could just put a blanket disclaimer over this entire conversation. If it is real, then I feel like the positioning of this is so smart. It's gonna be in the ghost towns, like at the end of the ghost town section of the park, where their wooden coaster Ghost Rider is, and the like a strong 95+% of the layout is going to be going into a newly renovated area where there's going to be a multi-story car park, new parking, and well, newly, I suppose, just modified parking and stuff. But I mean, it's gonna the fact that they've been able to fit a layout like this in and around, you know, like the tight sort of plot of land that they have is impressive in itself. Now into the coaster, because the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because just the level of that this thing could potentially be. We're looking at a 300, according to the plans and according to what's been discussed by people already since these got leaked. We're looking at a 325-foot lift.
Ooh.
Not drop, lift.
Nice.
Right, with a 347-foot drop into a tunnel going underneath a new road to a car park. That's a 347-foot drop into a tunnel.
That's got to be the tallest Giga out there, though, if that happens, right?
It would be. It would be. Yeah. Well, if you're going off drop, it would be
drop. Drop.
Depending on what the actual height turns out to be, it could be. It could end up being a little bit taller than Fury 325. It could end up being, you know, the same height off of ground level.
Wow.
Whatever it is, it will be highly contested, like everything.
Fuck you. But yeah, no. This layout looks I think it's widely regarded for people who have ridden Fury 325 that Fury is like the best conventional steel coaster. Conventional meaning, you know, just a coaster with a normal chain lift. Fury is widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best, steel coaster, just traditional steel coaster. This looks like it could be a Fury beater, potentially. Yeah. The layout looks super, like going by what you can make out of what the elements could potentially be. It looks super creative, but still within the mold of what you imagine a B&M Hyper or Giga model to look like. It looks like it'll have around about the same track length as Fury, so it's not going to feel short when it hits the brakes or anything. And yeah, like after the drop, you've got a turnaround sort of element, which is looks very similar to the turnaround on Fury's layout. And then at the other side of the layout, you've got an ampersand turnaround, which is very similar, which looks to be very similar to the one on Shambhala.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then a couple really huge airtime hills. a lot of this layout looks to stick to the ground. So like it looks like it's gonna it looks like it could combine the low to the ground sense of speed focused nature of Fury with a couple huge airtime filled sense of height elements in there as well.
Yeah,
off of what makes the just B&M hypers in general so praised by coaster enthusiasts. GG Brownies in the chat has said like seems like a noise nightmare, and yeah, like they it's going to be interesting to see how they mitigate noise issues, because it like Knott's Berry Farm is very close to Buena Park, which is the nearest town to it, and there are residential areas all around the park. So like how they would mitigate noise, not only from the coaster itself, but from people screaming on the coaster, is going to be very interesting, and obviously it's going to play into a lot of the decision making as to whether or not it will be approved. Now, what Knotts are able to include within the presentation of the proposal, how the ideas have been developed over time, and just what they're able to present and suggest in terms of noise mitigation. It's going to be really interesting to see how they display all the information on the table.
Is it going to be? Is it like not? Is it the? Is it like south of the park, basically? That load of car parks? Is that where it would sit?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Like it's like right at the bottom of the park where the hotel is, I think.
Yeah.